Hey guys, it's your best fight friends. I'm Rachel. That's Kelsey. No, I'm Kelsey and that's Rachel. Right?
Let's talk about, there's just people out there who just, take to social media and say whatever they want. What's it like to be that kind of person?
I think that most of society lives in a thing where they feel like they want to lash out at the other, whoever they determine the other is, whoever else's fault it is, right? And it goes on from down little things to what we talk about here, fight sports stuff, whose fault is it that this didn't happen or that didn't happen, up to bigger things that are like things that are affecting everybody all over the world.
Yeah.
I think that it's a big problem. I think that social media is a big generator of the problem. I think that people never really realized what would happen on social media with that technology, because what it does is it gives a whole host of people a way to focus on everything that they hate, makes them more upset, and then they just can't stop, and it turns into a form of mental illness. That's what I think. I mean, I really feel strongly about it.
I think that people already did this. So I think about myself. My natural thing is when something doesn't go right, I immediately blame. I just want to blame somebody. Usually start with other people, and sometimes I blame myself.
It's usually me, or I blame you.
When there's not any reason to blame anything, and then I feel like social media came along, and it is like this great outlet for doing exactly that. It's so easy.
Great and terrible.
You can
outlet.
just do it and say things that maybe a handful of people might have heard you say before, but now everybody that you've known since you were 5 can hear you say it. So it's crazy. We're specifically talking about recently within the UFC. There's just been a lot of people to take to Twitter specifically and just say, these are my opinions, and I'm just I don't care who you are, I'm going to say whatever I want about, you. So, most recent one that I heard was Nate Diaz, who was upset.
Nate Diaz has felt for a long time like the UFC doesn't treat fighters all the same. And so he feels like he should have been treated better, in particular how he was treated versus how Conor McGregor was treated. And so he is on the side of people that think that the UFC needs to pay most of their people more money. He thought Jorge Masvidal was next in line for that title shot, and so that's what he's talking about. Not necessarily that he just lost a fight, but what he's saying is that this is the thing that keeps going. I think that Nate likes what he sees when McGregor and Masvidal and Jones and Cejudo and all these guys are kind of loosely doing different things, but all kind of the same thing, and he wants more people to do that and not what Kamaru Usman and Gilbert Burns did, saying that, we'll just fight each other because we're the people that will say yes to what the UFC is offering.
I'm not sure what to do about that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like I'm hearing a lot from fighters that feel like they've been underpaid. And I'm like, okay, I hear them, right?
Man.
And I get it. It sounds like I'm not against what they're saying. I'm kind of what's going on?
I've been underpaid my whole life, Rachel. I should get twice as much. No matter how much you pay me, I should get twice as much. That's what I'm saying.
But on the other side, I feel like I'm not hearing from I'd like to hear somebody give me something more to think about. I want more information
about why they might not be underpaid.
What I do is I compare UFC and boxing, and boxers routinely get paid a lot more, and all the people involved, it appears to me, promoters, at least at the big level, promoters, TV outlets, they all get more than their fair share of the pie. So I don't understand at the UFC what's going on.
Well, here's the argument. I'll tell you what the argument is. The UFC is a rapidly growing sport because it has all the money that it has to promote UFC. Boxing, most of the money goes to the promoter. Most of the money goes to the fighter. And you've covered UFC events versus boxing events. It's not even nearly the same. You've seen the great content that the UFC produces for its own. It's more like WWE content, which is awesome, than what boxing does. So they're able to promote the UFC and it will continue to grow, whereas people would argue that boxing minimally is only growing at a very small rate and probably isn't growing at all in comparison to the population growth.
What I don't understand is why there's not. Why is that? Not, I don't see that as much. You know what I mean? I don't see that argument put out there.
Because people like to say.
But isn't there data? Like, can't you show me that in data? Because it's one thing for people to talk, but like I'm actually asking for data. So I know how these, 4 recent fighters or 5 recent fighters, I know how they feel.
You can't.
I get how they feel. I'm lacking some data on both sides of the thing. I want some more data.
Well, there's nothing for the UFC to disclose all the data that you want to see. There's nothing in it for them. Because anybody can take data. You see it in politics. You see it in anything. Anybody can take data and finagle it to mean what they want it to say. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, there's no reason for them to share data about their business to you, a public person. There's no reason for them to do that.
I mean, unless they keep
they're a
getting
public
this bad
company.
press.
No, even then, why would you give your data away?
I know that Dana White really doesn't want his fighters to unionize.
We'll see. It takes a lot for people to organize like that, and usually when it comes down to it, it's every man for himself. So I think that, I don't know what the answer is. I do know that I'm going to start ripping people on social media. Blasting folks. You know what I'm blast? I want to blast Tom Taylor from Bleacher Report. Bleacher Report MMA crew. How dare you, Tom Taylor, have a cool name like Tom Taylor. You know what I mean? Like, Tom Taylor's like easy to remember. Tom Taylor. I'm Kelsey McCarson. Girl's name McLongface. You know what I mean? Like, what's that? That's hard. Even Lyle Fitzsimmons has a cool name. Lyle Fitzsimmons. Maybe I like Fitzsimmons because of Bob Fitzsimmons, old school boxer. What do you think?
It reminds me of Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. with the couple. You had Fitz and Simmons, right? Wasn't her name Simmons?
That's weird. I want to be like Mike Steele. You know? Like, do you think I should change my name to Mike Steele? She's already built this whole career under Kelsey McCarson. Right. Girl's name McLongface. Hi, I'm Girl's name McLongface. What did I say? Girl's name McLongface. This is Rachel McLongface, and we're McLongfaces.
Here's the last thing I'd like to talk about. How come we're the only people that care about Fight Island?
I don't know. But I talked to my editor about this day at Bleacher Report. Maybe it's that Fight Island is just not something for me, Kelsey, to write about. Maybe like somebody else takes the same story, writes it, and has a lot of success with it because that Fight Island story was for them, not for Kelsey. Do you know what I mean? I have no idea.
None of the Fight Island stories we put out
Every Fight Island story. I was on top of it. Like, oh, this is where the location is finally. Here's the report. And that turned out to be true both times. On top of it, nothing. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about where Fight Island was except me and Rachel, I guess.
We care. We want the T-shirts.
But nobody
We're
cares.
excited. We like the name Fight Island.
I want to go there.
But apparently we're the only ones that care. So
it's disappointing.
I don't know what that is. But what's not disappointing is when you like, comment, and subscribe. So hey, like, comment, and subscribe. What did I say? Like, comment, and subscribe.
Definitely.
Please.
Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
Describe our show to us. Or don't. I might be sad.